This is the road I normally go to the city, like a shortcut, but they have barred it. So this village alone is locking down themselves out. So I have to turn around and go back. I'm driving down towards the city. I'll just go and buy my essential stuff in nearer where in Talamban. Maybe the furthest I go will be Country Mall. And I'm the only one in my car going down, because even though three of us can drive, my daughter, my husband, and me, that I'm the only one allowed in the vehicle. Only one person here, as strictly imposed. Although you can see the multi-cabs got their stuff, but if you're nearer the city, it will be more strict here. But I think those multi-cabs are just gonna be picking up their stuff down the road, not nearing any city road. So you can tell that this pickup is not from here, slowly driving. And this is the scene from our place here. This is the road I normally go to the city, like a shortcut, but they have barred it. So this village alone is locking down themselves out. So I have to turn around and go back. So I arrive here now in Country Mall to do my business. I might as well pay the electric bills and the bills that, anyway, I already set the budget aside because I don't want to go out again. This is my first time out after almost a month. And as you can see, Jollibee is open now. But only for takeout. So I might bring some for my... Oh, you can dine in there, but one table apart. So this is the queue for the grocery. I just have to queue here. Money linya dong? Wala. So is no more queue for the grocery is here. So the vehicles that allowed to go out today is the odd number, in which mine is 1357990. And what you're looking at here are the chairs for the customer to go in the grocery store. But you have to sit down in the chair because it takes a while for them to let people in. So not so many people inside the grocery shop. So this is the distance that they're allowing. You can see the Goldilocks is open. And these are the queue of people waiting for the grocery doors to open again to let people in. Like I said, there's a limit of persons to go in, and wearing a mask is a requirement. And they spray your hands if you're not wearing gloves when you go in, and you will notice that we will also be stepping on a box of bleach, so a cloth soaked, where the cloth was soaked in bleach, where you step in. So this is how we get into the grocery here. I had to go back to the car to get my pass because the guard won't let you in if you don't show the pass. You have to step on. That's very safe. Then your temperature be checked, and then they're counting as well the person to go in, because they limit the people that's hanging around the groceries. Only 50 is allowed here. After like 30 will go out. The Philippines' favorite fast food is open, as you can see, but you have to only have takeout, and social distancing is strictly implemented here. So good news to all the children that's been staying at home. They can now have their takeout because Jollibee is open. So I'm buying one by all the empty chairs, but the takeout is really very busy. All the grab food, the delivery food is what keeps the restaurants alive, because food deliveries like Grab Food, Lala Move, Food Panda is allowed to go around all the places in Cebu. Because they have this special pass that they have to get. So here I'm picking up a bit takeout while I'm having a grocery here in Country Mall, and then I'll pick up some Indian. Then I don't have to go out again for another month till the end of the lockdown. So you have to see that there is a box that you stand to keep the distance apart.
Panda 147.
I've done all my shopping now. Until the end of the lockdown will be May 15. So I'll have to freeze up some of this, but that's it. Like, because it's been extended, so my essentials, milk, eggs, bread have to be replenished, because I thought it's gonna be just the end of the April, but I'm sorted now. I also bought some takeout to keep old B happy for his Indian, and Jollibee for my daughter, and so we're sorted now. I'm not gonna go down again in the city until May 5th, end of the lockdown, May 15. So you can see that there's only a few people as well on the road. But I think the number coding as well helps, because then they cannot just get out. They have to look at the number, because if you are not the number for the day, they'll turn you down. You have to go back. And I've noticed that a lot of even their own villages have to check the people that's going in and out. So if you are not living in that area, they check what's your purpose in going in that area. Like the little villages consist of the barangays, like the barangays, sitios, they call it sitio Ilaya, sitio des. They have their own barriers now because of the scare here in Cebu. There's a barangay that is the source of the number of who has the COVID. So I didn't even go to Ayala Way, which I prepared before, but now I'm only until Country Mall, and then I'll just go back home. So I'm now driving back home, but I can't pass to my shortcut. Like, it's been barred as well, so I have to go by a Pit Osway going up to my area. It's very hot right now here in Cebu, Philippines, and it's very dusty. I've noticed that the builder's merchant here in Sabres Home Depot is now open. So finally, there's some decent, because I'm now just limited to one place to purchase my materials. because of they're the only ones open. And hopefully May 15 will just come easily. Then I could go and search for other doors, windows to put into that budget bungalow, the budget places which I featured in my video. Then I'll be saving more money. But right now, I cannot just wait for to the demands because that's available. I let them wait anyway. May 15, the fiesta in our place, May 9, so there's no more fiesta happening. So there's no rush in the budget bungalow. So this is the Pitos Way. You can see in the place there, they got a new gasoline station. We have a lot of English schools here for Koreans. English is a second language school. They're more here in our way. I mean Talamban Way. We have a new Talamban Mercado, a private market, but they are not open because they have been like in their time of opening was in time with a lockdown, so it was postponed. Here, establishments, shops, eatery, cafes are also open for the local workers. That's the English Fella. That's the biggest they have here for English language school is English Fella. That's Gemini General Merchandise, where I get my stuff because they are the ones that keeps on. It's open. This one's just recently open. And we're now crossing through a bridge. Underneath this bridge is where I featured that a family living under the bridge video. So all the howlings of the quarries are more rampant now because of they can go in and out easy without the traffic. See? This is the water supplies because it's really hot right now, and some of the areas like they run out of water supply, like in the mountain areas. But we're lucky in our place because there's both river. I got a river on my own river where we source all the water. On the side of my castle, there's near the gate. If you walk further, that's where my dry riverbed there, and that's where I have sourced my water. I do give it to the people, but I have to prioritize myself so they can connect their hose when I'm done. That's another quarry that's coming from our area, the blue and white truck. And we have our own grocery shop here, the Gaisano. These are the check of the barangays for the color number coding of cars. We have our own Gaisano here, but they're not complete. So I just go to Country Mall, so might as well do the banking, and then pick up some takeout. This hardware done in Rico is not even open still. And look at this as Villa Layson subdivision here, that a big cheap subdivision, like low cost subdivision. That's what I mean. Cheap is low cost, and they have owners association because they're always fighting there. That is the homeowners association one area, and then another homeowners association in one area. They are not united. So this one just recently opened as well, the Liz Hardware. So it was just Gemini where I source everything because they're the only one that keeps open all through this lockdown. But it's extended until May 15, so hopefully it won't get extended anymore because people need to go to work. This is on the way to Pitos now. So you can see usually it's bumper to bumper in here. during rush hour, but right now it's like really nice to drive around. But no, I have to stay home. Actually, this is the last time I went out was like when I done that takeout video of my old B wanted a takeout, and that's it. This is I just turn on my car every 3 days. The vehicle's even good with a multi-cab because I'm working still, but you know what I mean, that your vehicle should be turned on with all the stagnant days. This is one high-end subdivision on my right, on the right here. This is called the Prevea Hills. That's really posh there. Like, I think it's 60,000 per square meter. And across there is Cebu International School. It is here located in Pitos. We are now in Pitos area. Pitos means very tight. So you can see what it means during rush hour, how tight it is, because the roads are so narrow and a lot is coming up here already. You have the Cebu International School. You have all the different subdivision further up. You got there's like a college that's just opened here recently. I think that's the Cebu International School, and that's on the left, and also another one on the left. You can see the college, senior high school and college, Asian Computer Technology Pitos Campus. That one, that will be open on school time June. So Cebu City Mobile Market, which is organized by the mayor, goes around barangays and offers free meat, fish, and vegetables. But I don't want to go in that one because they don't observe social distancing. People just go and scram around. So I'll just go to the grocery because it's safer. Actually, the markets, better buy it in the proper market because people observe social distance. But look at this. They're not social distancing. They're just close together. So this is my way up, and this is the Pitos area. There's the church, Pitos Church. Across is a subdivision and commercial center, and then behind it is the Science Tech Elementary and High School. It's a private school, SciTech Integrated Academy, and behind next will be the Greenwoods subdivision. This is RB 24 hours bake shop here, and this is the long way to go up. This is via Pitos, but I usually have to go to that shortcut that I have in passing the hospital, the Coswagon Road, but they block themselves off. They don't want any people to pass through there, so no choice is to go to the long way via Pitos. And this is the subdivision that I featured once, and we're now going to the bridge. I remember when I bought first the land where my castle, first bought the land that my castle was situated. What is this? The barrier. So slow down. So that's the barangay people having a check, but they know me because some of them are my neighbors, so they know that the vehicle. So that's the subdivision. That's another high-end subdivision. That's Greenwoods, and this is our Pedro Calungsod Church. And here a lot of new settlers have come in around the church, building refilling station, building shops, building eatery. There they got car wash now. from the refilling stations. So it's starting to develop there. Schools and stuff as coming on, like groceries. 7-Eleven is coming there as well. Here is a hollow block maker, one of our neighbor. Now in here, this is our area. That's the riprap that I featured once, that how they made it so weak. And this is our road up. Our road up is mostly cement. It's all cemented, but there are places that the cement is not the grade because of corruption, but not all of it. 90% of it is quite good. But you still got contractors that on my right you can see the container hotels. I have to make an update on that one if it's already done, because the last time that I've done it, another hollow block makers. That's why I get my hollow blocks at cost price, because there are like 10 of them making hollow blocks in this place. The favorite pastime now for the teenagers and children in here in the mountain areas is flying kites, because it's very up here where we are. It's very windy, so idea for flying kites. That's the aggregate, the what's this, crushing source there, crushing business, crush rocks, crush sand. And on that right there's a road there. That's where we go to the river to get my own aggregates, my sand and gravel. So these are all the quarry from the top, from where my road going up. I had a big 10-wheeler on my back, but he has to wait. I know I can beep all he wants, but I want to drive safely, take my time. So these are the main Pulang Batu area down here. The most affluent one here is Freddy Menyosa. He owns 10-wheeler trucks. They have bread, concrete, and hollow blocks. The one that owned the houses that I featured, the bungalows, he got like 2 or 3, no, got 5 houses around here. He's one of the affluent person in Pulang Batu. So these are the people here. They're just doing the market, like I said. I try to avoid that because there's loads of congregation of people when they're doing those markets that organized by City Hall. So I'm now crossing the Japanese bridge. The Japanese bridge that until now it's not finished. Being fixed. You can see it's still going on until now. And then on the end of this bridge you can see the construction there beside the tiny house. So that's the tiny house. And further on there's a dog on the just beep. Further on someone's creating another house there, and you can see the bungalows that I featured. It's owned by Freddy Menyosa. That one first, and the second one, the bigger one over here. There's the other one, the big bungalow that I featured once. And you can see the barangay Pulang Batu. There's the Banana Village, the Lita. There's another house going on. It's starting to go up. Whereas before, there are only a few of us living there. People have started to, property prices have now soared up here because it's now a favorite thing to be living on the mountains because it's really windy. And then supplies are also, what I mean supplies, utility supplies like internet, lights, and roads are now sorted by the government. So our roads are 95%, 90% are cemented. Only further up, where further far away barangays, they still have to be cemented. But the one that's nearer to the city, they're all cemented. But you have noticed all the tabunan places that I went to, they're all cemented. What I mean with the 5% is just like very far flung. But I think it'll soon be done because the electrics as well mostly now been done. I'm hoping that the fiber will soon come up. There's another subdivision there. There's the extension, Greenwoods extension, and also up here on the hill. Most of the trees around our place are wilting to the heat. You can see it because mostly it's green around here, but you still can see it's better than the city. You got loads of plants. We still got loads of plants than people up here. But like I said, progress is creeping up. They're soon be coming up here. Like there is a subdivision already been selling up there, the Colvin Heights. It's been selling for a few years now. So one of my friend that lives in Guba wants that pick up. Because you can follow this road, you go to the Guba, Sirao, you just continue on to the mountain barangay areas. So different kind of road again. This is cemented, that one is tarmac. So you can see some of the houses of the Filipinos on this area. The only thing about here is, look, you need to learn. Yeah, at first when I was driving around here, when we first moved, it makes me like, I get nervous like meeting the 10-wheelers and all that on these narrow roads, finding a place to, a leeway to park. But now you get used to it because I'm not nervous anymore meeting how many 10-wheelers there on these narrow roads. Because like you get used to it, like you know where the leeway is, where's the best way to put your vehicle in. That you get nervous when you get so close to one another, like here, because you can see that the people are occupying the space like whatever they can on the road. Like, to be honest, it's only one car that can comfortably pass through these roads. And if I meet a 10-wheeler, we'll just have to agree, wait, or whoever had the right of way just have to wait until the other one is safe. Here, they even have their basketball in the middle of the road. But you can see we're all cemented. Like I said, only a few, that part of the 5% is like corrupt contractors using inferior materials in cementing the road, like this one here. It don't take long to get broken up, but after this lane you go up, it will be another contractor that done everything right, drainaged a lot. But this is the contractor that's we heard is not being paid because look at this, gritty. It's more grits than cement has been used. So you can see how dusty. My windows are so dusty because it's so dusty. It's very hot. And so that's the native house, the House of Providence there on the right. I'll check them out next time to see what's the progress. I featured them one. It's the $4,000 house, but it's like native design. That's for the Monsignor. That's the Monsignor's place up there, down there. This is our neighbors' cows. They like to have their animals, but they got nowhere to put them in, so they just put them on the side of the roads. And that's the water tank that supplies the houses down there. So that's the water tank by the government. So see, it's a different kind of road here. Smoother, better to drive. So that's the contractors, but this one at least is longer. Way past my house. So that's the transport that's very common here, is the motorbike. In the mountain areas, it's mostly motorbikes, but when the implementation of the buses system in the city, the old jeepneys, the franchises has not been renewed because of that. Well, I think hopefully they will be servicing the suburb areas like we are here. So, but then again, it will cause traffic. But better leave it like this. So I get familiar with the road. I know where the bumps, where's the holes, but if they're fixed, you also know. But look how dry it is there. This is our drive going up. We got a broken road in that corner. Let's see if I don't meet a 10-wheeler here, because this is where the quarry area is. So here you can see that there's nobody living here. It's just the quarry area. They've got a big quarry area here owned by Mandaue City Councilor, but he already moved in Mandaue, but he is supplying all the quarries that the government need. This is the one with the walls extending. So that's he got his quarry permit screaming there before you enter. So that's where the quarry area, and this is also part of his quarry area, that one that you can see up above. So these are all families here, just congregating with one another. But this is what I mean, that when I filmed this area here, this one on the left still has a hill. Now it's all flattened out. Now this is still part of that quarry. And if you see some part here that the trees has been cut off, that's ready for quarrying. So there's still a lot of vacant places here. A lot, but you do need better transport, because the roads are not a problem. See, they are clearing that off, because I heard that this is gonna be quarried again soon. This area here, so there you see all the trees has been cut off. Now this is on my way to my place now. You see that how narrow it is, and that's a cliff on that side, but it soon be sorted. I heard that it'll be sorted with barriers. So that's my friend with her new shop. So, but most of the time, the roads like this are as quiet as they are. So it's only in the city that I was amazed at how quiet they are. But here in our place, it's just as quiet as this, normal. Or you see passing only during rush hour school runs, like children going to the educational institutions down hills. So here we're going up. We're arriving almost. Let me just change gear. So This is our main plaza area where people congregate during fiesta and people meet with one another, where the basketball court is located. This is it here. And then see the barangay Pulang Bato. And go into here because some people just occupy the roads as well as part of their house, which is very common around here in the Philippines. And that's what making the roads narrow. Here, look at that. All the neighbors are congregating with one another, building their sheds, and won't hesitate to use part of the road as part of their house. Look, all their stuff is on the road. And they build their house or their walls right on the edge of the road. Now this is what I mean, the youngsters around here, this is their pastime now, flying kites. So you can see here the children are making their own kites made of paper. And this is where the budget bungalow is there on the right side. That's the budget bungalow. This is the walk that I do every day that you can see in my video. And that's the wall of my house, of my castle. So I have to take out that bamboo barrier. I'll have to turn this off.